What's up, guys? Game Nut here, and welcome back to episode number 2 of our fantasy football franchise. Now, in case you guys did miss the first episode, that was where, we created this entire thing. We got to see what Madden actually drafted for our team. In case you guys did miss it, up at the top right corner of your screen, you should see like a little thing that pops up that you can go watch the first episode if you did miss it, if you're interested to see how the team was, completely brought together. But basically, we went and did a fantasy draft. I decided to let Madden simulate through the whole thing for us to see what kind of team it would draft for us, and obviously we're going to play through the season with these guys and see if we can come out on top. But here is the offense, here is the defense that we are working with. Overall, I think the team is definitely pretty solid. There's a very few weak spots, and there's, a couple positions where they're definitely a lot better than others, but I definitely think that's a really solid team that we put together. And we also, in the last episode, made a couple of trades going along as well to try and make the team even better. But first things first, guys, I just wanted to, take a quick second and let you guys know how happy I was to see how supportive you guys were of the first episode. This was just like an idea that I had in my head to go ahead and just create this fantasy team with a connected franchise on Madden. I didn't really necessarily know how great it was going to do, but a ton of you guys loved it. I mean, there was tons of comments, obviously, about it. Everybody made it towards the end of the video as well, and just in general, it was just a lot of good feedback that I really wasn't expecting too much out of. So I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate it, and it meant a lot to me. So I'm excited to, continue going on with this series and make it even better. But with that being said, a couple of you guys as well, we're wanting to maybe see a couple of more trades. Now, even though I said in the last episode what kind of players you would like to see me trade for this team, and I said to exclude players like Julio Jones or Odell Beckham, some of you guys still want me to try and get Odell Beckham, which, guys, all right, so I'll give you just the example right here. So a lot of you guys, like I did say, wanted to try to get Odell Beckham on the team. But here's the thing, what I was trying to tell you guys. Odell is a 93 overall in this connected franchise, or in Madden in general. And for what they would want for a 93 overall player is like way too much. Like, for example, I'm just going to go out on a limb here. Actually, like, I'm really hoping that this trade doesn't go through, because if it did, like, it would kind of suck. But we'll just go in general here. Okay, we'll give up our middle linebacker, Dante Hightower, our best player on our team, 88 overall. We're just going to do a one-on-one trade, and I'll show you what the Chiefs say to this trade. It's not even going to probably be halfway filled on the bar. Yeah, there it is. Trade declined. So for me to get one guy who's a 93 overall, Odell Beckham, on my team, I'd have to give up my 88 Dante Hightower. What that is, like, maybe a little over a third of an interest level that these guys want for him. I would have to give up probably Cam Newton as well, maybe a second-round pick, or, I could trade that out for, even like a better player. It's way too much to try and get someone like Odell Beckham, because it's just too much in trade. We would have to give up way too much to actually just get Odell on our team. So obviously I would love Odell on the team because he's a monster, but like it's too much to give up, man. So, however, something else I was kind of interested in was somebody did leave a comment saying to try and see if I could get Ty Montgomery on my team, which I'm definitely open to. I think that could be a good pickup for our team. Now, in the game, he is listed at halfback. I'm sure we could probably maybe switch him into a wide receiver, and he would perform just as well. But I didn't even notice this in the first episode. We obviously have Melvin Gordon as our starting running back, who's an 86 overall. But behind him, we have Chris Ivory, who is an 81 overall. Now, yeah, it would be nice to have two running backs, one that's, kind of decent behind Melvin Gordon, but I just feel like maybe we could potentially just ship off Chris Ivory, try and get him for something else. Maybe bring in Ty Montgomery to help make up for that by getting rid of Chris Ivory. But also, I just want to see if I can get something else in with this offensive line, specifically our tackles. I mean, right tackle, do you guys know who this man is? Because I definitely don't know who he is. He's a 73 overall. And then on the left side, we've got who's this man again? So I already went ahead and just looked it up. Ty Montgomery is currently listed as a San Francisco 49er, which is kind of funny because that was the last trade we just made in the last episode, was with the 49ers. So we're going to, try and do a little bit of more work with these guys, see if we can get somebody else off their hands. But I'm going to take Ty Montgomery off of their hands, and I'm going to, in exchange for it, give them, I'm not sure if I want to give up Chris Ivory or if I want to give up Rashad Jennings. I feel like it would be better to get rid of Chris Ivory because his cap hit is a lot higher. He's more expensive. I feel like, okay, we'll go ahead and do Chris Ivory. A one-on-one trade, honestly, I feel, so I'm not exactly too sure how this is going to go down. I mean, they're obviously not very interested in having a running back because they're good at that position, so their interest is low already, but for us giving a higher overall for a lower overall player, we're also, you know, freeing up a little bit of cap space for our own team. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure if this is going to be accepted, which I kind of want to try to add another player in, which obviously I don't think is going to happen. So their actually number one player is left tackle Trent Williams. We're definitely not going to be able to get that guy. There's no way we're getting a 97 on this team, but their backup left tackle is no better than our starting one, and their right tackle, okay, is Rick Wagner, who's an 81 overall, and they also have Doug Free, behind him. So which one should we attempt to take? I feel like we should try and grab Doug Free, because look at that difference in the salary cap. It's like 1.2 million difference, and it's not that big of an overall difference. Obviously, he's a lot older, so he's not going to be playing too much longer, but I don't know. I guess I'll try and take Doug Free off of their hands, and we'll see how that works. So I don't think a 2-for-1 trade's going to happen, but we'll just try. We'll see what happens. Nope. It's probably not. Oh, they're actually very close to it. Okay, I wasn't expecting the interest level to be that high. All right. So we really don't have to throw in too much more to make this trade happen. I think this will definitely increase our team by a lot. I think it's going to help for sure. Now, who else should we throw in is the question. Maybe we throw in Kenyon Drake here. We have 4 starting running backs. I don't think we need our lowest overall, which is Kenyon Drake, at a 70 overall. We'll see if this one's going to work out for us. I'm not too sure. It's a 2-for-2 trade. Maybe they'll take the 2 running backs for the 1. They'll give us their backup tackle as well. But let's see how this happens, man. I'm not too sure what to expect. I hope that this one will go through. Let's see if they're going to accept it. Are you joking me? Trade declined. Look at the space between when the meter is filled. What else do they want? Do they want me to give them a Skittle or something? Like, what else do I need to give these 49ers to make them say yes to this trade? Like, do I have to throw in, like, an extra t-shirt to give Chris Ivory on, like, his way to San Francisco? Like, what? All right, I'm confused, man. We got to get something else out of these guys. I mean, the interest level was so close on that last pick. Like, we've got to get something else. So I went ahead and put Doug Free back into this trade because obviously they were not very interested in getting rid of their starting right tackle, which was Rick Wagner. Now, if you take out these draft picks here, this trade would definitely be accepted because our other player we had in this was Kenyon Drake, who was a 70 overall. We increased the value of the player that we want to trade to them, so obviously I feel like it's going to be accepted. However, like I said, I want to try and get something else out of this trade that will benefit my team down the road. So I'm going to take their 6th round pick and give them my 5th round pick. I'm not sure if this is going to work either, man. I'm just hoping we can finally get this trade to happen for us, and it got accepted. There we go. That was definitely an interesting trade. A lot went down right there, but you know what? I think it'll be worth it in the long run. We got rid of 2 of our backup running backs, Chris Ivory and Rashad Jennings. In exchange, we got another backup running back who you guys wanted to see, which was Ty Montgomery, and I think could definitely help out this team and even play as wide receiver. We got a new right tackle, which is a slight improvement from what we originally had, and then we just swapped out a couple of draft picks. So all in all, I think that this was definitely a pretty solid trade. So something that is actually pretty interesting, what I just did, for some reason I'm allowed to go and edit like every single player, so like I can change their position and all that stuff. I don't know why you can do that, but I went and put Ty Montgomery at wide receiver, and if you look, he actually increases in overall. He's now up to a 78 overall. He was a 77 overall at running back, so that's definitely kind of interesting. So I think for now I'm going to keep him as our slot wide receiver since he is, you know, a little bit better in overall, and that is his original position. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think. Should I keep him at receiver? Should I put him back at running back? For this episode, I think I'm going to keep him at receiver. However, I feel down the line we might need a backup running back, and he could be the answer there. But for now, I think the team is definitely looking very solid. And one last thing that I did just do with our lineup, I went to the free agents and I signed Josh Scobie as our kicker, who's a 72 overall, and Tim Masthay, I'm pretty sure that's his last name, as our punter, which we didn't have a kicker or punter. I'm not really exactly sure what the deal was there. I don't know if, you know, Madden just didn't draft us one, or like if we were supposed to just be given like a basic one, but originally it just had like this lock symbol here, so I was kind of confused. But I just went ahead to the free agents and signed both of these guys to the team. So again, just a quick look. I know some people still probably won't believe me, but yes, the skill level is currently listed on all Madden. Everything else, I'm pretty sure I did not touch anything. I think the only thing I did change was the quarter length, which I put up to 10 minutes. And I mean, injuries are on. I think that'll be interesting to have to, you know, find our way around that if that it does actually happen. Trades are happening. There is a trade deadline, so once we get to week 9, we're not going to be able to make any more trades with the team. We'll have to stick with what we've currently got. But now it is finally time to continue on with our actual season. our first time going into like a normal game and whatnot. We're going to skip through the preseason, but before we do all of that, we're actually, going to get in with doing stuff with our team. So we've got our weekly training that we have to do, and I'm pretty sure this is basically, what everything goes down. When we do our training, we get to choose an offensive and defensive game plan, just something that we want to focus on as we go into this next game. And we also have these 3 players right here that we can add in. We can choose any 3 players, which they are our focus players. So basically, after every single practice, these guys are going to get slightly more XP than the rest of our team because these are the guys we want to focus on. So who I decided to put as our focus players was, of course, Ty Montgomery. I just want to, try to get him a higher increase in his overall, more XP, increase his attributes a lot further, because I feel like he could become a big impact player for our team, either as a wide receiver or running back, because we can flip him around. I also went ahead and made Brandon Williams the second guy, who is our defensive tackle, of course. I think having a big guy up front, having like a beastly defensive tackle could definitely help us, especially because we do run a 3-4, so we're going to have our #1 defensive tackle on the field the entire time, so I think it'll be good to have him. And then, of course, we have our third player, which is going to be, I decided, Tyrann Mathieu, our free safety. If we can turn this guy into like a 90 overall, increase his stats big time, like, our defense could be like scary good. So I'm going to go ahead. I changed our offensive game plan to attacking cover 3, defensive plan as defending against cover 3, and I'll see you guys after we are finished with our practice. Alright, well, pretty much what I learned from that is that our offensive line is still trash. It's pretty bad. I literally had hardly any time to throw with Cam Newton because our offensive line was so bad. However, our defense, I definitely think, is really solid. Like, those guys played pretty well. We only had a silver on defense, but still, these guys were pretty good. Now, you can see the difference between how these guys get XP. Ty Montgomery is only a normal developer, so he's only going to get XP at the slowest rate, which is only 300. So when we go up to Brandon Williams, however, he is a quick developer, so he gets more XP. He's up to 600. And Tyrann Mathieu, he's at the superstar level, so he's getting 900 XP. So yes, it definitely would be smarter to have 3 players have the superstar trait, or even sub Ty Montgomery out for someone who has a quick development. But just, for this personal, go run through with our connected franchise, these are the 3 players as of now I would like to increase in their overalls. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and simulate through this week of the preseason, and we'll see what happens. We are going to have some gameplay in this episode. I just want to skip through the preseason, man. I'm pretty sure you guys don't really care to see either, but okay, this is a good sign. We have a 1-0 record. It looks like our team ended up coming victorious with the win 26-20. Okay, that is a good sign. That's something I really like seeing. But let's go ahead and see if we can take a look at the stats. I believe there is a way we can. Okay, there is. So let's see exactly how all of our team made out, though. We're going to go to our team. Okay, let's see. So okay, it looks like Jay Cutler played most of the game, which is surprising, our backup quarterback, but that's okay. Cam Newton had 56 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. Okay, it could be better, but let's look at rushing. Melvin Gordon, okay, that was okay. 10 rushes for 47 yards. Ty Montgomery did pretty good, 10 for 39, plus a touchdown, and he didn't end up fumbling. All right, not the best, but let's see our receivers. We had Andre Roberts. I guess we have him as a backup. I didn't even notice that, but he had 74 yards, a touchdown. Josh Doxson had 59 and a touchdown. And let's see, where's our #1 receiver? Deshaun Jackson only had 1 catch for 24. Okay, nothing really too crazy here because it is only the first preseason game, but okay, Terrell Suggs was killing it. 6 total tackle, well, 6 solo tackles, 8 total. Who had some sacks? Okay, Darius Philin? Who was this guy? But he had 2.5 sacks. Okay, it seems like the first preseason game went pretty well. Time to simulate through the rest of them, though. We're going to go ahead, jump one by one. We'll just see if we're victorious. I'm not really going to look at the stats of every single one. Ooh, okay. Looks like week number 2, we ended up taking a loss. That's bad. 48-20 against the Colts. Okay. Don't really want to look at the stats of that. I don't think I really want to see what the results of that was. But week 3, did we beat the? We didn't beat the Saints. Okay. We're at a 1-2 record, and the score was 38-10. Okay then. But now we're finally about to play week number 1 against the Buffalo Bills. We got through the preseason. We're finished with our trades for now. I like the way the team looks, even though those guys didn't, necessarily win the preseason games. Regular season is where it matters. So I'm definitely ready to go ahead and play against this game. Now, before we do that, I'm going to do my weekly training. I won't show you guys that, of course, because I don't want to waste your time. But it looks like we have to set ourselves a season goal as a coach. So what do I think we can do, man? See, the higher we go up, the more XP we are going to get. 7 wins, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so the highest we can go is 11 wins. But then we have make the playoffs, reach divisional round, conference championship, and then make it to the Super Bowl. I don't know, man. This is tough. What do I want? I think I might want to keep it at make the playoffs. Or should I do reach divisional round? You know what? Let's go crazy here. I'm going to do reach division round. I think that's what I'm going to focus on, because I do think we can make the playoffs, but it's definitely a big jump in XP, 400 between going from playoffs and then the division round. So I think that's what our goal is going to be. Now, just in case you guys did forget, one last reminder. I know I said this in the first episode, but when we do all of these games in this Connected Franchise, I am going to be doing this Play the Moment, which I've never done before this year in Connected Franchise, so I'm not exactly sure what to expect, but it says right here, crucial third downs, 2-minute drills, red zone opportunities, and more. So, again, I'm not too sure what to expect, but basically the reason I'm doing this and not, playing the full game, because I mean, I'm good enough at Madden to beat the computer. So, if I just go into these games playing just against the computer, chances are I'm going to come out on top 99% of the time, or even on all Madden difficulty. So, I'm probably going to get to the Super Bowl if I just play my full games. Whereas if I do play the moment and, I'm not in full control of this team, where the computer is actually, having these guys go out and perform themselves, and I have to come in there and, actually help in certain situations where we might be down, we might be up, keep the lead, whatever. I feel like this will make it more interesting, and, I won't have complete control and 100% win every single game. But one last thing I almost just kind of forgot about, which is definitely probably important. We should probably go ahead and take a look at this Bills roster and see what kind of players we're going against, right? So right off the bat, we've got quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, who's an 80 overall. So that's definitely pretty interesting. It's good to see this guy, actually playing in Madden as well. Hopefully he can come back in real life as well. It would be nice to see, but okay. This could be kind of dangerous here. At running back, we've got Jamal Charles, who's an 88 overall. Of course, got that 91 speed. This could be, a big-time offensive weapon that they have. We're going to go to their receivers, who they got Michael Crabtree. Tyreek Hill. Oh, God, that's going to be bad. 97 speed Tyreek Hill. Some of you guys were wanting to see me, try and trade him to our team as well. But, we got Ty Montgomery instead, and Devontae Parker. Okay, wait, that's right. I just had a little brain fart. Devontae Parker, I forgot we had him on our team, which in the last episode we made a trade with these guys and got Tyrann Mathieu from them, so almost forgot about that. But a tight end, Anthony Fasano. Oh, God. Are you kidding me? First game, we really got to go against a 99 overall Khalil Mack. Well, this is just going to be fun, isn't it? Aside from Khalil Mack, there's not really anybody else, too noticeable on the defense. We've got Brian Arakpo at right outside linebacker. Their cornerback set really isn't all that fantastic. I'm not even sure who those guys are, but free safety is Reggie Nelson, and strong safety is Tony Jefferson. That hurts to see a little bit because, he's a new Baltimore Raven, just signed in free agency in real life. But overall, I think this Bills roster is, I don't know, it's got its ups and downs. They got their strong points, they've got some weak points, but we've definitely got to watch out for certain guys like Jamal Charles and especially Khalil Mack. But it is now time. Let's go ahead and jump into our first game of the season.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams who are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Bills going up against the Ravens. With that, time to get up to Baltimore, Maryland, as I'm pleased to introduce our new broadcast team for 2016. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, for Madden, it's a new broadcast team. For the Ravens, it's natural grass on the field. That's what's different here as we welcome you inside M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today, the opener of the 2016 NFL season between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay, so it looks like this is it. We're jumping straight into this game. We're immediately put in the simulation right here where we just, got to sit back, grab that popcorn, and pretty much watch what our defense is capable of doing right now as the Bills are on offense. And it looks like, we're brought up to a third down. Hopefully they can stop them. Okay, they picked up 8 yards, but it is a fourth down. And it looks like our offense is taking things over now. Okay, they punted the ball, so let's see what these guys are made of. Are you kidding me? Okay, so Melvin Gordon just got hurt on the play, but then immediately back on the next play, he's rushing on the field again. So, okay, it looks like we are going big-time run-heavy to start off. Okay, Melvin Gordon is our only offensive player. What is happening? Melvin Gordon is the only guy that is popping up right now. Oh, no, that's our center. Our center just ended up getting injured, and there is Khalil Mack coming up with a sack, and Cam Newton rushes for 4 yards, and it looks like our offense has to punt the ball away. Guys, I've been sitting here this entire time. The entire first quarter is gone. The second quarter is almost gone, and I have yet to be put in this game yet. Okay, and speak of the devil, literally, we're finally about to go into this game and finally do something, man. So, play our moment. This is our first time coming in this game. Second quarter with 4 minutes, 18 seconds left. We are in the red zone, and it looks like we have to finish off this drive and get a touchdown. But we are finally getting our first look, or I should say our first attempt at coming into this game, you know, trying to get something going. So we're at a 2nd and 8, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to go with here. I think, should we try and go for Brent Selleck here? It looks like that safety's coming down. Oh, God, they sent the all-out blitz there. 3rd and 6, man. We've got to get some points out of this. I'm looking for Victor Cruz. Ty Montgomery might be able to get open across the middle as well. Oh, gosh, these guys are sending some pressure again, and I can't even get the ball off in time, man. That sucks. That was a lot of pressure that they just sent back-to-back. Okay, we got to come in and make a clutch field goal, too. At least we get opportunities at making these. Okay, that should be good. Oh, please don't. They blocked it. They really just blocked the field goal. So my boy T-Sizzle is coming up with another sack in this game. Oh, and Brandon Carr got the interception. There we go. That's a good series of events I like to see, so that was very quick. We've got Terrell Suggs with the sack and Brandon Carr with the interception. That is what I like to see out of my defense, man, but I feel like we could have had a touchdown out of that drive. I mean, that play, he was open, man. Like, I just didn't have enough time because they sent a big-time blitz, and there was just no time to get that pass off, man. But nonetheless, we're back out here on offense, and we have the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning, second quarter. I feel like we have to rush here, though. I mean, 2nd and 2. Let's just, you know, try and pick up the first down with Melvin Gordon, and then we'll try and pass it a little bit more. But let's see if, oh, gosh, this offensive line, man, this is a struggle. 3rd and 1. I'm playing risky. I know I should run right here, but this offensive line is just trash, man. I'm looking at either Brent Selleck across the middle right there or Deshaun Jackson underneath if Brent Selleck cannot get open. Okay, looks like we got to go to Deshaun. Okay, he held onto the ball. We got a first. We're going to go back to the run game, though, with Melvin Gordon. Let's see if, you know, we can get our first rushing touchdown of the season. And it looks like there's a lot of guys stacked over to the left, but let's go for it. Come on, toss play, Melvin Gordon. Use that speed. Break out of the tackle. Ah, come on, man. Run game is a struggle when you do not have a good offensive line, let me tell you. But let's try, I don't know, it's kind of pressed out there on Victor Cruz. I'm going to go for the wide receiver screen. Hopefully these guys can get some blocks for me. Oh, here we go. Come on. Oh, I just need one block. I feel like just on every single one of these plays, if I just had like one more split second or like one block, we can make something happen. But we got to try to pick up a touchdown here, man. Okay, who is this? Is this Deshaun Jackson? And incomplete, man. Let's hope we can get a field goal this time. All right, we got to make a field goal again, though. Hopefully these guys don't block it for a second time. That is perfect in the middle of both the green and the kick release. And we've got the first points in this game as it is about to be halftime. All right, so I'll come back in here to you guys. Okay, Ty Montgomery for a 32-yard reception. I like to see that. I was just about to say I'll start talking over some of these plays again, you know, let you guys hear what my opinion is on them. But let me know if you guys want to see, like, all this simulation, like if I should just skip through it, if you guys want to see it, if I should, you know, just let it roll through without me talking over it. If you want me to talk over it, I don't know. Whatever you guys want, you know, I just want to make this series even better and more enjoyable for you guys. If you guys want to hear me talk over it, you know, whatever, we'll go through that. But 3rd and 3, it looks like we have to try and pick up a first down here as the clock is about to run out already. Oh, gosh, I can't get any blocks, man. I tried rushing with Melvin Gordon on 3rd and 3, and we couldn't get nothing happening. But it looks like we're coming in for our third field goal attempt of this game. Okay, looks like that should be good enough. Hopefully they don't block it again. And we're putting up a second field goal. We now have a 6-0 lead. So finally, we have our first sighting on defense, man. All the way pretty much at the end of the third quarter, we're finally about to come out for our first play on defense. And it's a third down. We got to get a big-time stop here. Uh-oh, I see this across the middle. And it looks like, who's that with the sack? Jay Howard? This defense is killing it, man. These guys are going for a 59-yard field goal. Are you kidding me? There's not a chance they make this, right? Yeah, that is wide right. Why did they go for that? All right, we're coming into the game again. It's a third down situation, 3rd and 1. We need 1 yard. Like, if I just can't get these blocks with my offensive line for 1 yard, something's wrong, man. We're going to have to start making some trades and get this offensive line bumped up. But let's see if we can get the first down. Oh, come on. Nobody can get out to the block, but we made a miss, but those guys should have been out there for the block. All right, we're out here on offense again. Oh, my gosh. We have 31 rushing attempts in this game, but 3rd and 2. We got to pick up another first down, man. I do not want a third field goal in this game. I'm either looking for Brent Selleck or Ty Montgomery underneath. Let's see who we've got open. Okay, I got Ty Montgomery. Why did you possession catch? I did not choose for you to go for a possession catch. I really hate that, man. That just happens way too often this year in Madden. Like, I didn't press X to go for a possession catch, but he just immediately falls to the ground when he could have, kept running and picked up a few more yards out of it. But whatever. We don't have to dwell on it. It looks like we're on the 13-yard line. We're going to rush with Melvin Gordon again, and we got to try to get something going. Okay, here we go. Could have possibly took that to the outside and had a touchdown out of it, but we're keeping this drive going, man. We got to get a touchdown out of this. We're on the 10-yard line, 2nd and 7. Melvin Gordon has 25 rushing attempts in this game. That is a ridiculous amount. So we need to start throwing it with Cam Newton. Okay, who's this? Deshaun Jackson. Get up there. There's our first touchdown. Deshaun Jackson from Cam Newton. Our first passing touchdown of the season. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm not too sure if we're going to get put in any more in this game. It looks like, the offense and defense is just going back and forth at this point. I know you guys saw it, but it looks like their kicker ended up missing another field goal, which would have somewhat kept them alive in this game. It would have helped to put up a field goal, but defense did their job, and it looks like they're still doing their job. These guys are going back and forth at it. Offense is, starting to drive down the field, make some, take some time off of the clock, but our defense, as I'm speaking of it, we're about to come in here and try and make ourselves a play. We're just going to go with a good old cover 3. Let me find it here. But it's a current 4th and 3 situation, man. We've got to get the stop. This is it. This is definitely the ball game if we can make a stop right here. Come on, let's get an interception. Oh, no, he threw it right to my man. I was there. I should have had the pick. I was just a little too slow. But there's only 1 minute left. Even if these guys put up a touchdown, I don't think there's any way they can get the ball back and, be able to put up another score and take this game away. As Terrell Suggs getting another sack. Defense is just killing it in this game, man. I'm definitely liking it. But 3rd and goal, incomplete pass. Looks like on a 4th and goal situation, we are coming back in yet again. I'm just going to stick with the good old cover 3. And should we use the honey badger here? Got to cover up the middle of the field. Let's see if we can close this game out with an interception. It's either touchdown or it's a turnover on downs. Come on. What do we got? Come on, honey badger. Let's get the pick. Uh-oh. Oh, and they got the touchdown. I feel like that should have been my man, but you know what? It's okay. So it looks like offense is going to close things out. Cam Newton is just going to kneel it down a couple of times. And I think we've got our first victory on the season. That was definitely a lot of fun. I liked it, man. So I don't know. I mean, I think it was definitely an enjoyable experience. I do wish I would have gotten a little bit more play time. Like, I really hardly got to go in there whatsoever and make plays. But nonetheless, our team did, perform, man. They got us the win. They definitely went out there and made some plays. I saw some noticeable players, making more of an impact than others. But Cam Newton had an okay game. 14 for 21, 131 yards passing. I would have liked to have seen that, increase a little bit more. 1 passing touchdown, but Cam Newton definitely did pretty good. I'm glad he didn't have any interceptions. But for Melvin Gordon, I mean, this guy was a workhorse. 26 rushing attempts for 92 yards. Definitely not the best average, but I mean, he's getting it done. I mean, he had a lot of attempts. He kept going. Hopefully, you know, he can avoid getting injured with that many attempts, but he definitely killed it for us. Receiving wise, it looks like everything was okay. I mean, Ty Montgomery made some big time plays, 3 catches for 43 yards, so it's good to see the trade we made to get this guy on our team. You know, he's making some plays. Deshaun Jackson had 4 catches for 26. Melvin Gordon had 3 for 28, and of course, oh yeah, Deshaun Jackson did have that 1 receiving touchdown. Victor Cruz, 3 catches for 22 yards, and then Brent Selleck, our tight end, 1 catch for 12 yards. And defense, let's see, you know, who shined over here. It looks like Dante Hire was the big time player with 10 total tackles, 1 tackle for a loss with half a sack. Terrell Suggs, my man, 2.5 sacks in the first game of the season, a total of 6 tackles. The guy absolutely dominated. Brandon Carr, this guy shined as well because he had that 1 interception. That was definitely good to see with 4 tackles. And it looks like, you know, just a bunch of our other linebackers, defensive line, just had a bunch of other tackles as well. Looks like Coney Ealy had himself a sack. TJ McDonald had some tackles. Tyrann Mathieu didn't have the greatest game that I would have liked to have seen from this guy. You know, he had a couple of tackles, but it's all good. I think our defense definitely played outstanding. So now it's just time, you know, have a quick overview and see what everything that happened. It looks like we had a couple of goals for our coach that happened. We got 4 sacks and we got a home win, so we got some XP. I'm not exactly sure what you use XP for your coach for, but we got a bunch of milestone goals. Those are for, you know, further down. That won't happen until, you know, as the season progresses, but it looks like a bunch of our players got some XP as well. Now something else I did do is I decided to go ahead and bump up the amount of XP that these guys earn. So basically they're going to earn XP at a much faster rate. I think it's more enjoyable. I mean, if you just keep the XP at a standard 100% rate, like, it's just stupid. You hardly get to upgrade any stats from all these players, which I don't think is very fun. I'd rather have that XP going at a much faster rate so I can actually upgrade some of these guys' stats and make them better players. But it looks like a lot of these guys got some good XP out of it. I want to see Terrell Suggs is up to 3,000. I was going to say he had a good game, so I felt like he was going to get a lot of XP out of this, but a lot of these guys got a bunch of XP that we're going to get to spend on them and make them even better, which is definitely going to help. Hopefully our offensive line has some good XP as well, but it looks like our number 1 player that got XP was this guy right here, Tyrann Mathieu. We've got a total of 9,000 XP to spend on this guy, which I think I'll do in the next episode, but I'm excited, man. These are definitely going to make these guys a lot better, increasing their stats. But the final score was 12-7, definitely a weird score. They ended up going for the 2-point conversion without me. Like, I just had to sim through that, and it ended up failing, so that's why the score was 12. Once we got that touchdown, they didn't go for the extra point, but again, a weird score, 12-7. I don't think we have anything else to do in this week, so I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the next week where we're going to go ahead and play against the Browns, and we'll see, you know, how the rest of the league's doing. Okay, so the Cleveland Browns ended up getting a victory. That's definitely kind of surprising to see. It looks like the rest of our division, though. So the rest of our division seems to be doing pretty well. You know, like I just said, the Browns won. The Steelers won as well, so we're all 1-0, and the Bengals are down there at a 0-1 record. But, you know, all in all, I think that was definitely a pretty successful week. We've got a lot of upgrades to do. All these players have some good XP. I'm excited, man. I'm ready to upgrade some of these guys, you know, get their stats increased, especially Tyrann Mathieu. He's got a ton of XP. I don't know why he has so much over everybody else, but I'm definitely going to be upgrading all of these guys in the next episode. I mean, Brandon Carr killed it for us as well. I'm excited to upgrade these quarters, man. I'm having so much fun with this series. But that was pretty fun, man. I definitely had a lot of fun doing our first game, and it was a success. We got our first victory of the season. We are starting off with a 1-0 record, and again, that wasn't even me. Like, that was our team. Like, I had to sit there through the simulation. You guys saw all of it. Like, I didn't get to go in there for more than like a total of what, 2 maybe 3 minutes of gameplay. Like, I think definitely doing that play the moments is kind of fun, but like, I just wish we got to play just a little bit more. Like, I like the fact that our entire team has to pretty much, you know, perform on their own, and I don't have control of that. So like, we could have easily lost that game, but coming in there, it was still a lot of fun. So hopefully all of you guys did enjoy this episode. That was the second one where we played with our team, and our first game of the season, obviously, with a 1-0 record. The lineup is looking good, man. Like, I'm not sure if I want to make any more trades. If you guys see a position you think I should try and trade for, again, don't say anything about defensive tackle number 2, because I run a 3-4, you know, or the Ravens playbook is a 3-4, so, which pretty much means that, like, only one defensive tackle is going to come into the game. You know, this second guy is pretty much useless. I don't think he's ever going to come into the game, but if you guys see a position you would like to upgrade, Obviously, that left tackle could definitely use some work as well. I don't know. We'll look at the trade block in the next episode again, you know, see if we can get something going. I'm not sure if we're going to make trades every single episode, but I had a lot of fun. Next episode, I'll try and get 2 games into this one as one. I know this one was already a little bit long as it is, so just going to stick with the 1 game. But again, thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you all did enjoy. Again, thank you all so much for the support you've been showing on the series. It's been a lot of fun. I'm excited for episode number 3. But again, thank you guys all so much for watching. Don't be sure to leave a thumbs up on the video if you guys did enjoy it, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.